All you want is the money, cars, clothes. They won't save your soul. They won't save your soul. All you want is the money, cars, clothes. They won't make you old. They won't make you old. All you want is the money, cars, clothes.
Yeah, sir. Let's get it.
Hey yo, what's up y'all? It's your boy Speedy Sprag coming at you. Nah, I shouldn't say that, but it started off. That's but we back, this is another episode of, House of Wisdom. That's what I was calling it, but I decided to call it Settled In, and I'm gonna tell y'all the story behind that once we get into it. But that was a bad intro, bro. That was bad.
No, that's not bad.
That was bad.
It's not bad. You good.
That's why we have edits, bro. That's
Okay.
why we have edits.
That's true.
But now, we finna get into it. We finna talk about God, finna talk about life. I got my brothers in Christ here with me. So can y'all introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so I'm Elijah Green right now. Wait, why did I say right now? I was going to say, right now I'm a senior at UNC, playing football with my brother Cameron right here. And I was introduced to Sprag by Cayman, and we kind of just all connected and whatnot. Brothers in Christ, like how you said it. So, I'm studying business. That's just a little bit about me.
Yes, sir. And you make music too, bro.
Yeah, and make some music. We music on the way with me and Sprag, you know what I'm saying? So,
My name is Cameron Rucker, aka The Butcher, Ruck the Butcher. So I'm also a senior here at UNC. I'm teammates and friend and roommate with my boy Elijah Green here, and I'm also a good friend, my brother in Christ here with Speedy Sprag. And so, I'm just glad to be on this podcast, man. I'm glad to be here with you. I appreciate you for finally allowing me to do this, allowing me, EG to do this. So I'm ready to get into it, man. I'm excited.
Y'all coming out, bro.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So today I want to talk about how do we remain settled in a world that's moving so fast. You know what I'm saying? We got school, we got relationships, family stuff going on. There's so much that happens in a day. You know what I'm saying? Not just in our lives, but around us. You know what I'm saying? So how do you stay at rest in a world that is moving so fast? How do you deal with when things come at you?
Well, kind of just me me personally, you kind of think about who God is, who Jesus is, and he said he's peace, and he came to bring peace upon the world. And a lot of times we get so caught up in everything going around, there's schools going on, we got personal stuff going, we got our sports, the student athletes, and we have so many things coming at us and everything. And it's easy to fixate on what's going on. Sometimes you think about it, we're dang, you sit down and you're man, I got this going on, I got this test next week, I got a meet, or I got practice, or I got workouts and everything, and we get so fixated on what is going on in our life that we don't focus on, who gave us this life and who has an open invitation at all times to give us peace and to give us joy and to give us a place that we can kind of separate ourselves from what's going on and, have that spiritual connection with God. So it kind of took me a point where, I had so much things going on, and, sometimes you almost got to step away from everything that we got going on in life. We got to kind of take a couple steps back and remember, who put us on this earth and what our purpose is, and knowing that he's always there for us at all times. There's not a time that he's not going to answer back. There's not a time, not too late, not too early. It's an open invitation, like I said. So just always having that thing in the back of your mind that, I got so much going on, but let me step back and let me just get in the Word for a little bit. Let me step back and let me get an hour just to go to church.
Right.
And I feel sometimes even with that hour on Sundays, people think, I can only praise God, from the 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock service, and then after that I go back to my regular, 11 to 1, maybe 11 to 3, with a break in between. So.
Food in the back.
Food and fish fry going on. And y'all know that about growing up, but people get so fixated, no, God has that open invitation. So throughout the weeks, throughout everything that's going on, you can step back away from this life, and God said, I'm going to give you peace, and really accept that invitation, accept that God's always open arms, and knowing that we can kind of step back and just be at peace with him, not have to worry about what's going on, but meditate on the Word, meditate with him, and have him speak to us. So that's something I've personally been trying to work on, and something that I've really tried to take in, because, it can get really, really, really hectic in our life. So we got to have that peace. We got to have that outlet, and God is the outlet for us, and he needs to be the outlet for everyone. So.
Nah, hey, bro, you slid just now, bro. You might as well end the whole thing. Bro, now you said a few things, bro. You said, the first thing you said that really stood out, bro, was like remembering who gave you the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of times, we'll get so, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Oh man, this happened, I gotta deal with it. But like, and we start to see like these things that pop up as like a inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, we're blessed to be here, bro. So I like what you said, like taking a step back and slowing down and really like remembering, like, yo, God like allowed us to wake up, bro. Like that's real, bro. Yeah. I think it's, at least for me personally, it's easier. Like, I got rapping, track, relationship stuff, family stuff, like, and I can easily, podcast stuff. I can easily get caught up in, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I start to see it as kind of like, man, I don't know, kind of like I'm busy, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm blessed to be busy. There's some people who are praying to just be able to run, bro. You know what I'm saying? Praying to just be able to. I mean, I got mics. Like, there's some kid somewhere who's like 10, wish he had a mic, bro. Praying, because he can't afford one. So it's like stepping back and be like, nah, God. Like, I think we get a lot of responsibility. I think sometimes we'll pray for something, be like, okay, Lord, I want to do this, I want to do that, and we'll get there and we start seeing like the stuff that comes with it as like too much. But really now it's like, to whom much is given, much is required. And it's like a blessing to even have stuff to do, have things you're responsible for, you know what I'm saying? So that's real, bro. That's real, bro. What about you, bro?
Do I need to continue? But nah, I'm gonna go back to what my dad used to tell me. It still tells me to this day. It's just like, control the controllables. And I feel like with me, it's just like, I overthink a lot. I do a lot of things. I like to get involved. I like to have my schedule busy, because this is like, I used to be one of those kids, just like, if I'm not doing anything, I'm not being productive. And so it's just like, and I still feel that way. So it's like, I always get involved with like things that I enjoy doing and stuff. And so alongside with that, it's like, there's a lot of different factors that get thrown at me. There's always like challenges that I deal with. So it's just like, with football, there's like, if I have a bad practice, or I'm going in school and I get a bad grade on the test, or like just other scenarios that life throws at you. It's just like, I always think, what my dad always tells me is just control the controllables. And I feel like that's how God wants us to take on life as well. It's just like, there's so many things that happen in this world. It's just like, there's only so much we can do. And so he just wants us to keep our eyes on him, understand that he is here. He's here to give us peace. He's here to give us wisdom. He's here to comfort us. He's our quiet in the storm. This is like understanding that a storm is temporary, that it's going to pass, and understanding that he's on the other side waiting on you. Or not even on the other side waiting. He's here in the storm with you, and that he's giving you this peace, and understanding that, like, even though you're going through a hard time right now, your hard time is going to be temporary. There's nothing to be worried about. I understand you're going through a hard time, but I promise you, you're going to get out of this. Just trust in me, believe in me, understand that I'm going to be with you 100% of the way. And ever since I just kind of like took what my dad told me, and obviously, like what the Lord tells me all the time, it's like, there's nothing for me to worry anymore. Right. That's how I get settled into everything that I have going on, even though I have a lot of challenges in my life. I have a lot of things that may not go my way. There's some things that I have like a set rule, like it's like step 1, step 2, step 3, and next thing you know, the step 1 subtopic A gets thrown in there, and then I'm like, wait, this wasn't supposed to be in here, but the next thing you know, God's like, hold on, it's a part of it, just give it a minute, you know what I'm saying, just stay calm and I got you.
Nah, that's real, bro.
And kind of added on a little bit what you said, it made me think about something that my dad posted on Instagram. So it was like this little quote. It says, sometimes God will isolate you before he elevates you. You may think that everything is falling apart, but actually everything is falling into place. And it kind of connects with, he posted today that said, you may not understand today or tomorrow, but eventually God will reveal why you went through everything you did. So I kind of feel like remembering those kind of things, like sometimes we think our life is so hectic and so many things, and we don't have any peace, and we got no time for this, we got no time for that, and everything's just falling apart, everything's so crazy and wild. But like, God's piecing those pieces together through that hectic, through the storm that we feel like we're in, through everything that we got going on in our life, that God just was like smiling because he's like, you know, you're a little flustered, you're going through these things, but like that little thing, I'm working on something that's planned the next week. Like all this hectic schedule is building you for, you know, when you got a little bit more time, now you can be able to be ready to like, manage that time. He's like, you know, things might be hard right now, but like down the road, you're gonna be like, wow, like if I didn't go through that, then this wouldn't be like as easy as it is and whatnot. So like, I feel like a lot of times, like you might feel flustered, you might feel like you have no peace, but like God is like, you know, I'm allowing this to happen right now. I'm allowing this to be crazy because, you know, tomorrow you're going to understand why you went through what you did yesterday. So.
Nah, that's real, bro.
But I say, guys, just sit back and saying trust. You know what I'm saying? Just trust. Like, that's all you got to have, man. I know that's like the biggest thing I feel like a lot of people may not have, and that's a hard people for, like that's a thing that a lot of people have a hard time grasping.
Right.
But I understand with God is just like, even though where like you feel like things are not going well for you, you just gotta trust in Him, and understanding that He's gonna get you out, man. Like, He's gonna make it through. But as long as you trust in Him and have faith in Him, that's the thing. You can't have, it's not gonna work if you don't have faith.
Right.
Faith without work is dead. So you know what I'm saying. So it's like you don't have faith in Him, then it's not gonna work out as much as you want to. You know what I'm saying. So it's just like as long as you have faith and understanding that He's gonna get you out of the situation, God's gonna tell you to trust Him. As long as you believe in it, you're gonna be fine.
Nah, that's real, bro. That's real, bro. Nah, something I've been thinking about. You talking about faith, bro? Like faith. I don't know. People think when people say faith, they usually think of praying or like just sitting there and doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, faith and works. Like Abraham had to climb the mountain. And he was about to sacrifice his son, he had to take action. And then God showed up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been thinking about recently, like, you know, I have faith that, I'm going to run this certain timing track. I'm going to have faith that I'm going to do this with music type thing. I'm going to have faith that one day I'm going to find my wife and get married. It's going to be all well, you know? But it's like, I got to take, if you believe something wholeheartedly, you're going to take the steps to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think sometimes, you know, people think of faith as just like, I'm going to pray and then do nothing. Maybe sometimes God will call you to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're like, wait. But a lot of times, faith, bro, you look in the Bible, people who had faith, they took action, bro. Oh, yeah. They couldn't even see it yet, but they did. But the Bible says faith is hoping the things unseen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I've been trying to recently, like, okay, if I got faith, if I believe I'm be the best musician, a rapper, talk about God, like millions of people gonna hear my music, okay, I gotta act like it. Yeah. I gotta start dropping songs. I gotta start learning how to market myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I'm gonna, be a good husband one day, to my wife, okay, what can I do to become better as a man? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just sitting here like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my wife one day, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Faith is like action, you feel me? So it's like, I like that, bro.
Yeah, like, I feel like a lot of people do have that, like, misconception. It's just like, faith is just gonna be enough to be to carry them. Like, oh yeah, I believe and I'm praying that God's gonna get me out of this situation, financial situation and whatnot. Right. But then you just gonna sit on the couch and you're not trying to make no money moves. I'm just like, how do you expect a thing? Like, you're not gonna just, money's not gonna just fall into your account one day. Like, you gotta go out and use the gifts and talents that God gave you and make it happen. God isn't saying like, sometimes He does do miracles where it does just happen like that, but sometimes you gotta go out, you gotta show God how much you want it. Like, God can't want it more than He wants it more than you, but He can't want it for you. You gotta want it for yourself also, and then you gotta get that drive and go make it happen as well. And then God is gonna use you to make those things, put things in place, and it's gonna work in the end. So like, I feel like you gotta always remember that. Faith without
wants to work with us, bro.
Wants to work with us.
I feel you, bro. That's real, bro. Man, something you said earlier, bro, reminded me of this thing I saw on Instagram, bro. Hold on, bro. I gotta get something for a demonstration, bro. Y'all hear that clicking noise, bro?
Yeah, I think it's,
I think your metronome's on.
Oh. I thought I was going crazy, bro.
No. I thought you set it up on purpose.
No. Unless we rapping out.
Nah, I'm about to say, your metronome been going on for the past 3 minutes.
About to start freestyling or something, I don't know.
For real. Ooh. Thanks. This man looking clean. Oh, bro, my mic went on the whole time. That's kind of crazy.
It wasn't?
Was it?
No.
You for real?
I'm so for real, bro.
Oh.
okay, hopefully in the video you can hear it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then I can just turn it up.
Yeah. Turn up your thing. Yeah.
It's working, bro. You said what? It's working. Hey, it ain't working for real. He said, "No, y'all not going."
Oh nah. Hey man. I'm about to say, God is on this now.
Yeah.
We gonna make it work.
We gonna make it work, bro. All right, bro.
All right.
This man must have a date or something, bro. No. All right, I think it's on now. I see it though. But what were we talking about, bro? Oh,
You said something on Instagram.
Yeah, okay,
Or
bro.
you can do a demonstration.
yeah. So the dude was saying like, okay, like you were saying, sometimes it seems hectic, like we got all this going on. But he was saying like, you know, what'd you say, bro? Do it again. That was.
Oh,
you were spitting, bro. You had to say.
Shoot, I can't even. Yeah, I was like saying like everything's hectic, everything's got going on and stuff like that. But then God is kind of sitting back and smiling because he's like, you know, it's hectic for a reason. Like I got a purpose for this. Things that are going on in your life, and later down the road, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, that's why I had to go through this. That's why this part of my life was a little bit harder because this part is so much easier because I went through what I went through. So like God is like kind of allowing this to happen. You think everything's falling apart, but he's elevating you and he's placing the pieces together because God, you can find beauty in just the little kind of things. He made this whole creation. He made this whole world, and there's so much beauty around it. But we can't always understand nature. Right. So like God is using nature, he's using those things to put it together. And while we can't see it at the moment, everything's piecing right where it needs to be, right where he's intended to be. So
nah, that's real. Cause you said something like it's not falling apart, it's falling in a place.
Yeah, falling in place.
So I saw this thing on the gram, bro, and he was like, to be launched, sometimes you gotta be stretched. And he was saying like, he was going crazy. And but like for real though, it's like something like if we want to take off, and in whatever area of life it is, like you got to be stretched because that's how you get momentum. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like it. It may actually seem like you're going back. Yeah. Like when you're getting stretched, you're actually going. It seems like you're going in the direction you shouldn't go. Yeah. But then if you allow and a lot of people they don't like that, so then we'll just go back to where it's comfortable. But like where it's comfortable, there's no momentum, there's no stretching. And he was saying like a lot of times people like give up, they quit, they think they can't do it because they're not comfortable with this part of the phase. They're not comfortable with the stretching. But he was saying if you learn how to be like trust God, like when you feel stretched, you know, stretch leads to growth. Like this band's getting bigger, like you're growing, and then that's how you can take off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that.
Even from an athletic standpoint, it's like if you like want to get better, whatever you're doing. So if you're trying to get stronger, you're trying to get faster, you're trying to just be a better athlete overall, you have to put yourself through a lot of training in order to get that done. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to push some weight that you're not used to. You're gonna have to do some speed training that you're not used to. Like you're gonna have to run some long distances. You're gonna have to hop on some courses that you are not too fond of. But the thing is, it's making you a better athlete overall. Some of the running back drills that you do, you may hate them, but the thing is, you know that's gonna make you better. Some of the stuff that I do as like an outside linebacker, there's some drills that I don't like doing, but I know it's gonna make me a better player overall because what it's doing, like you said, it's making you uncomfortable. But at some point in time, you have to learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And so if you're not comfortable with that, then you're not gonna exceed to the next level that you want to go to. You're not gonna level up. You're not gonna launch to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's real,
if you're not mentally ready to be pushed, if you're not ready to be pushed at any sort of area, and you just like to be, you know, comfortable where you are, being content, being complacent, then you're not going to expect to go anywhere. So it's just like kind of how God works with faith. It's just like if you're not willing to put your faith in me to work, then it's not going to then it's not going to work. Then it's just like you can't expect me to always answer. Like he's going to answer your prayers regardless. That's not what's going to happen. But the thing is just like if you have no like motive to get it done, if you're not going to really put the faith that you're supposed to have in me to work, like you're supposed to have faith the size of a mustard seed. But even if you don't have that small of a faith in me, it's like it's just like it's one of those things where I know God's not thinking this way, but it's like from a human standpoint, it's like if you don't trust me, then how am I going to expect to trust you?
No, right.
So it's just like one of those things. Just like it's like God wants you, like He wants me to do great things, but it's like if I don't have faith in Him and He's telling me something, I was like, God, I don't know about this, and it's like, then how are you going to get better? How are you going to get as a better Christian? How are you going to be a better follower in me? If you can't expect me, how are you going to expect to do these things? And I'm telling you to do these things, knowing that you're going to face some trials and tribulations with it, but I know it's going to better you.
Right.
And then you're going to tell me that I don't know, I don't think I need to be doing it.
Right.
God's looking at you like, then why am I telling you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because if not, you're not gonna elevate.
Nah, I like that, bro. And I like how you said, like, he's got to be able to trust you. Like, if God's a good father. Like, he's supposed to be a good father. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good dad, won't give a son or a daughter something they're not ready for. If they 12, they're not gonna give you a brand new car and say go drive.
Yeah.
Because you're not equipped for it. You haven't learned enough. You're not mature enough. So I think, like, sometimes we'll be like, God, why haven't I gotten this yet? Why haven't I gotten this yet? You're not ready for it. So, and I think sometimes we can get like upset, like, I want it, but like, are we getting ready? Have we taken a step back and look in the mirror? The word, it says the word is a mirror. Like, are we actually ready for it? Because if he gave it, like, okay, a new car, that's a blessing. But to a 12-year-old, that's a curse. They're going to get into an accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, like, my camera gonna die and it's gonna run out of space in 3 minutes. So you gonna close this out, bro?
Okay. Yeah.
Man,
it's a lot of pressure.
I said, well, you better find it.
Hey.
You got it, though. I ain't tripping.
Nah, you got it. You got it. Man.
That's what we like from you.
I swear. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
It's something on timing.
Okay.
It said, like, kind of what you were just saying. It said sometimes you're not ready for what you're asking for. Sometimes you won't understand the timing of things until later. If you pray for something big in your life, match it with work and keep praying. Sometimes things don't work out in your favor only to set you up for something greater that you can't see yet. Keep doing the right things, and the right things will happen to you soon. It's kind of talking about that thing, and just like sometimes you're not ready for what you're asking for, and sometimes like we think with growth and change, it's always going to be uncomfortable because, like, no matter what, like, it's something like, growing pains. Like, you're growing because you're in a phase, you're in a position that you've never been in before. And sometimes we think it's bad because we're feeling these growing pains, these pains of change, when it's really setting us up for something great. Like, I know all athletes in the room and everything, like, practice is always going to be harder than the meet. Practice is always harder than the game.
Big facts,
like, sometimes God, we're going through this life, we're going through phases in our life, and it seems like we're in practice, we're running conditioning, we're running hard, we're sweating, we're hurting and everything. But then when we get to the game, when we got to apply everything that we learned, that was the easy part.
Come on, bro.
That's the easy part, because God was like, I set you up. You went through all those things, all that practice to set you up to be a better husband.
Come on, bro.
You went through that bad relationship to be a better father.
Come on, bro.
You went through that bad season to have a baller season. So you went through all these things that just setting you up for something greater in life, and feel like when you are going through that times, it's hard, it's tough. You gotta sit down, you might pass out, you might throw up or whatnot, but like God is like looking back and he's like, when you get to the game, you're gonna realize why you did those gashes in practice. You're gonna know why you ran those 400s, why you did those tackling drills and whatnot, because it's setting you up so when you encounter those things in life, you're equipped for it, and you will be better for it.
It's all gonna show.
Strategically place these things to make you a better man of God.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It's all gonna show in the end.
He won't save your soul. He won't save your soul. All you want is the money, cars, clothes. He won't make you whole. He won't make you whole.
This the moment of truth, please. It's off.
It's off.
It's off, bro. But when did it turn off though? You know what I'm saying? No, we got at least 16 minutes. Like, we got most of it. Come on, bro. I hope you were sliding though.
No, I was like, dang. The Holy Spirit got me.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I think it got it, bro. I think it got it. Hold on.
Oh,
it got it.
That's God.
That's God, bro. That's straight God. Wait, when did it die, bro?
No way.
No way it's gonna die right at the end.
If it dies when I cut off, bro, I'm just gonna have
Wow. That was perfect timing. That was perfect. No. Bro, that
Oh, that's God right there. No, we do. That's a sign right there. That's a sign.
That's crazy.
I said it 2 or 3 are down my name. He's right there. He's right here.